What's up? It's Jen. Welcome back to my channel. It is Wednesday and I am starting off a crochet vlog for, you'll see it in April, but for March for me. I've got quite a few projects planned. I am going on spring break from work next week, so I've got a lot of time, starting with this sweater that I'm crocheting in March for some reason, but it was an idea that started off as like being brown with this color sleeves, but I didn't like that, so I tried double stranding, and this sleeve is way too big, but it's also too heavy for the rest of this, and I don't like the color combo. So I made some swatches, and with some expert help decided that I'm also gonna double strand the red with the brown. So I have to undo all of this and start over, but that's fine. I also am gonna start preparing a little bit for, it's not really markets, but like some events that we do in town where I try to sell stuff, and I want to experiment with a few things. And I was watching a Passionate Kelsey video the other week where she followed a pattern for a bandana that I thought looked really cute, so I'm hoping this is enough left, some cotton that I want to try that out. I also am going to use this, one of the last skeins I was able to get of Bernat Lattice. I love this stuff, and it was on clearance at Joann, so I think it might be discontinued. I'll have to like actually check, but I've been seeing a lot of people making like the hooded scarves, and I think they're cool, but I didn't really have an idea for one. But I was watching amazingishgrace the other day, and she made one that was like the hood, and then it wasn't a full scarf, it could like be tied in a bow, and I love bows right now, so I thought that would be really cute, and I want to do it in this color. Then last but not least, this is some yarn I got from Hobbii a while back that I thought I was going to use for a project, and it's beautiful. And I usually really hate fuzzy stuff. I can't stand mohair, but this stuff is really soft, but I haven't been able to figure out what to do with it. So I found a hair bow pattern online today that I think I might try with this stuff. It's Saturday. I did some work on this last night, and I put the two panels of the sweater together this morning and barely started on the sleeves. I was not happy with the length I started with, but then I took a pause to go work out, so I'm gonna make some lunch in a little bit and then get back to this. I have not woven in the ends yet, but I did make this bandana last night. This is not the one that I started on camera, that Passionate Kelsey talked about in her vlog. I don't know, I wasn't clicking with that one. I was finding it more difficult than I wanted it to be, and so I found another one. This might be from the same creator. I'll let you know what it is, but what I thought was really cool about this pattern is you can also make a shawl with it. Like, she tells you, like, okay, when you get to this point, like when you're doing the beginning rows, if you want to make a shawl, do this many more rows before you do this end bit. So I thought that was pretty cool. That might be something I visit in the future. So yeah, I've got a little bandana. I haven't worn one of these since I was a preteen in the early 2000s, but I don't know. I like it, and it might be fun to try again. And I'm actually planning, probably before this video is over, to cut my hair decently short and change up the dip dye color. So I thought this would look cute with short hair. So I'm gonna go have some lunch and then keep working on the sleeve for a while before I jump into the next little side project. Alright, I've got my one sleeve check-in. I'm so much happier with this now. I think it's just more cohesive with this sort of like terracotta red color going through both, and it's more my style than just like the plain brown. I think this is good for the sleeve. If you're new here, you might not know how much I love a balloon sleeve. So the cuff will cinch it so the sleeves are nice and poofy. This is about as tight as I want to go with the arm, I find, and it does it a little bit, but like if you make the armholes too small, then the material gets like bunched under your armpit and it can be like uncomfortable. But especially with a sweater this thick, I've never made one that's double-stranded, I think even in the winter I would probably wear like a tank top under this and not long sleeves, so I think that will be fine. So I'm gonna take a little break and then get going on the other arm. I still need to decide for the neck and the cuffs and then like the hem down here what sort of like color combo, because I'm gonna color block it and have those just be solid colors. So I might pull out my tablet later and do some mock-ups to try to figure that out. But yeah, I'm really excited. It has just like a little tiny bit of like puffiness here, and then cinching around the arm will create a nice puff sleeve. So finally move into where we want to be. This is a very weird angle. I still have my camera on the tripod from when I was working on my tablet, but I just wanted to give a quick check-in. I did decide which order, or like which colors I wanted the cuffs and the neck to be. I'm still kind of mulling over the hem, so I'll probably do that last. I'm not sure. I might have made, you can't even see what I'm doing, I might have made the cuff a little bit too short. I'll probably do a little bit more and see how I like it. I also am not sure if this is going to be too big. Whenever I do sleeves like this, I always do a row of single crochets around just to make it easier to join the cuff, and I simultaneously kind of cinch it in a little so that when you have like a really big balloon sleeve, if you don't cinch it in, like your cuff's still going to be really wide, which if you want that, that's fine, obviously, but if you're trying to go like full balloon, you still want it to be like fairly tight to your wrist. So I'm gonna do a little bit of work on this and just see kind of how I like it. I did finish up the other sleeve this morning, so just working on figuring that out. Sleeve 1 checked in. Definitely a balloon sleeve. I think I'm gonna take a break for a while and then take a break from this and start working on that hair bow that I want to try with this metallic yarn. Good morning. It is Tuesday. My hair probably looks a little crazy. I'm being a little lazy this morning, or afternoon, I guess I should say. So last night I did not end up working on the hair bow. Instead, I felt like working on a couple of scrap projects, one of which is a secret because it's getting its own video, and the other is this corner to corner scrap blanket. I finally learned how to do this like a month or so ago, and I have used up all of my current scraps, so that's it for now. I'm probably gonna go see a movie in a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna bring any projects with me because I don't really have any that are like conducive to that, and I probably should give my hands a break for a while. So I'll see you guys after that. Just got back from the movie. No crochet updates, but it was really good. I went and saw One of Them Days with Keke Palmer and SZA, and it was funny. Like, I laughed out loud a couple of times, which I think is rare in movies these days, at least for me, and like really cute and about like the power of female friendship, and I highly recommend if you haven't seen it yet. So I had a very nice time. I am going to make myself some lunch, and then probably I still need to weave in the ends on this bandana. I almost called it a handkerchief. I'll probably do that and then keep working on the hem that I started last night on my big sweater. Good morning. It is the next day. It is Wednesday. I chopped off all my hair last night. Doing a little transformation. I got a little bit more work done on the sweater last night, and I started the panels for the little mesh bow that I'm making. I think I'm almost done with this one. This, I feel like normally would be a very fast crochet project, but because I am using this fine weight yarn, I'm also double stranding it, and it's a little fuzzy, so I don't know if you can see the metallic-iness like doesn't come through as much when you work it up, which is kind of a bummer, but I do still like the color, and I think when it becomes a bow, obviously I can't put it over here, but that'll be pretty cute, so we'll see. But yeah, it's taking a little longer to work up than I thought, but that's fine. I'm not in a huge rush. So today I really want to finish this bow, and I might be ambitious enough to finish the sweater too. We'll see. But I'm gonna get to work before it's time for lunch. Saturday evening and I finally finished the sweater and the little bonnet last night. I'll put in some clips of me trying them on. I'm really happy with how both of them turned out. This sweater has been quite a process, but I do really like it. And the bonnet, I think if I was gonna make it again, I would make some tweaks to it. I've been trying to get in the habit of just making like little notes whenever I make something, just so that if I want to make it again, or if I want to make it to sell or to give to somebody, I can remember what I'm doing. So I make little notes, and then I have a couple of notebooks that later on I will go and like actually make like a nice pattern that I write down on it. So I put the little tweaks in my notes for next time. But yeah, I think it's really cute and it'll be good next winter. We are about halfway through March, so I don't know if I'll get a chance to wear it this year, but yeah. So I made those two things, the bandana and the little hair bow, all in about 9 days, 9-10 days. So I'm pretty happy with that. I think I'm gonna take a little crochet break for a few days before I start working on something else. Thank you so much for coming along with me. I hope you had fun hanging out with me on spring break. Tomorrow's the last day, so then it's back to work. So if you like this video and you want to see more from me, feel free to subscribe. I upload videos 2 to 3 times a month. Thanks so much for watching this one. See you next time.